everyone. Welcome to This Day. Today is Monday and it is July 12th. A couple meetings to tell you about today. We've got one that is going to be at 1:30 this afternoon. It is an all boards meeting, and that means business plan reviews for all of the boards, and you can check that out at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings if you wanted to review that virtually, or you could actually go to the boardroom and sit on the outskirts of the meeting itself. All right, let's go ahead and tell you who's on our show today. Live right here in our studio, we have Becky Lamacca, who is here from Pacific Cremation, OConnor Mortuary. And then we have the Orange County Fair. We have Michelle Richards and Terry Moore that we sat down with and talked to them about all the things that are coming up with the fair. They're bringing back some old favorites as well as some new things, so we'll take a look at that. All right, our weather is looking quite nice, just like last week. We are looking at some clouds in the morning, but then we are going to burn off fairly quickly with a high today of 82-66. Sunshine tomorrow, 80-67, and Wednesday, 80-65. Thursday, 81-64, and Friday, 80-64. Our sunrise this morning was at 5:50, and our sunset will be at 8:03. And I thought I would pull up a beautiful photo of Jell-O because today is National Jell-O Day. So very fun. And if you have a photo that you would like to share with us, either something that's going on here in Laguna Woods Village, or you could send us a picture of a destination that you would like to visit or a destination that you have been to, and email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we will have Becky Lamacca, so stay tuned.
It's time to get into the moment. Widex Moment rechargeable hearing aids with artificial intelligence gives you the fastest processing available. Faster processing means sharper, clearer sound quality, especially in background noise. It's time to get into life and into the moment. Call Amazing Hearing, the office of audiologist Ann Mundell-Noel and Dr. Laura Hunt. Call us at 667-9818 to schedule your appointment.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
At Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care at USC School of Dentistry. Here at Laguna Woods Dental Care, we are up to date with the latest technology. Our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer an affordable membership plan that includes cleanings and deep cleanings if recommended. We're located outside Gate 3. Call us today.
My father was a quiet man, and honesty was premier. Prior to his passing, it was emotional. The folks at OConnor made it easier. They just went over and above and helped me get through this. If you have to go through this process, stop by OConnor. You will not be disappointed.
At OConnor Mortuary, our commitment is to serve our community with care and compassion.
Welcome back. Well, today I have Becky Lamacca here from Pacific Cremation and OConnor Mortuary. Well, thank you for joining me. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm great. Happy Monday.
Thank you, and welcome to the studio again.
Oh,
it's been a while, so we appreciate you coming in.
Wonderful to be back.
Yeah, it does feel nice and somewhat normal.
It does. It does. Exactly.
Now, as we have discussed in the past, this is a difficult subject matter, although you guys always put a nice light on people. You care about what happens with the individuals. So before we get into some of the major details, tell me a little bit like an overview of what you guys do.
Well, OConnor Mortuary is just that. We are a funeral home, a mortuary. So when people die, we bring them into our care. What makes us a little unique is we actually have our crematory right on site. Many people prefer cremation over burial these days, just a trend we've seen over the last 20 years. So of course we care for the deceased, but as you said, a big part of our job is caring for the living, you know, and helping them come alongside. I mean, most of us experience a significant death in our lives, maybe 2 or 3 times, and so it is unfamiliar. People don't know what to do. People are, they're lost in their grief. And so really helping guide them to do something that is healing and meaningful for them.
Yeah, and that I think is really key, because we definitely have a loss, right? And you go through those various stages of loss. And I like the fact that you care for the folks that are left behind. Even though you're still caring for the one that is moving on, it's different, right, of course. Right.
Exactly. And I think, you know, just like we talked about being here, being back in the studio, gosh, this feels like a little bit of normal again. Right. And I think that's really what ceremony does for people. I think people, they have a tendency to think, well, I want cremation, and that means this is what I'm doing, and there are no other options. And really, especially with cremation, you have a lot more options for ceremony. And I think what ceremony does is it helps you feel that little bit of normalization again. I think people tend to think of the big traditional funeral,
yes,
and a lot of people don't want that. And I say to people, we always don't like to think about it, yet we celebrate our birthday every year, right? We don't like to think about getting another year older. How we do it can be very different. You know, I could be having a big, huge party at a hotel and 100 people there. You may say, you know what, I want a quiet dinner with 5 people, or maybe just my immediate family.
Right.
And we would love for people to shift their mindset to think of ceremony that way. You're marking a milestone. It's a sad milestone, but you're still marking this milestone in your life. And how you do it is really up to you. There are no rules.
Right. Well, more like a celebration of life.
More like a celebration of life.
And that is a really nice way to look at it, for sure. Why do you think people have chosen cremation over the traditional, what we used to do?
Gosh, you know, I think a lot of it is just personal choice. You know, as I said, we've seen a trend over the past 20 years that more people are choosing. I think it does give people more options. So maybe they're wanting to be cremated, and then the ceremony, the celebration of life will happen down the road when they can get family together. Sometimes it's religious reasons. Sometimes it's cost reasons. Sometimes they think, oh, well, maybe this is what I want to do for the environment versus, so there's many, many factors that go into it. But really for us, it's a personal choice. I mean, it doesn't matter to us what people choose, but we do encourage, and we really lean into people, whether they're choosing burial or cremation, to do something to mark that moment.
Okay. And speaking of that, when people do decide to do cremation, although it doesn't have to necessarily be cremation, it could be the traditional funeral, if you will, you could do it on a boat. So how does that change versus, okay, so let's say you choose cremation or you choose a burial. What is the difference if you are on the boat?
Well, typically when people do a memorial at sea, the person is cremated, and then they go out onto the boat. So you'll see people out on the boat, and they'll do the scattering of the cremated remains off the boat, or sometimes you'll see a paddle out, right? With Big here with all of our surfers in Southern California. So the surfers will all go out, they'll paddle out, and what's really interesting is the urns you choose when you're doing a scattering or a paddle out, or they're all biodegradable.
That's
so there are a lot of options. I mean, we have turtles, we have urns that float and dissolve, we have urns that sink into the ocean and then dissolve over, 3 or 4 days. We have the scattering tubes. So again, when we talk about why do people choose cremation, I think that it does give people a lot of options. And it can be a beautiful way, especially if someone living where we live has been used, that's like an important part of their life is to go to the beach and go to the ocean. And people are also concerned, oh my gosh, can we do this? And absolutely,
Right.
you know, there are a lot of charters that do that for people, and really you just need to be 500 yards off the shore.
Right. One thing that you said to me the last time that we interviewed was that you guys are there to let the person be, whoever it is that is dealing with setting up all of the details, is you're there to help that person do the grieving or the celebrating and not have to worry about any of the other details.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's kind of like planning a wedding, right? Or another major event. Sometimes we encourage people to be the griever. You could be the best event planner in the world, but if it's one of your family members, allow yourself to be in that moment and take that time. And it sounds counterintuitive, but actually the more we lean into our grief and we acknowledge it, the better we actually do with it.
Now, and I would agree with you, because it was really difficult for when I was planning my mother's, you know, it was in a church, but nonetheless, I didn't have any of the stuff you're talking about, because you plan the food and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, and everybody's coming to me asking me questions and what can they, and so I can understand where you're coming from.
Right.
So everybody who's planned it definitely know that this would be a better way to go, is to have you guys take care of everything.
And people can be as involved or uninvolved as they want. You know, sometimes people have very sure ideas of what they want, and we'll execute that for them.
Perfect. Well, it's so nice to have you back. Thank you for
Thank
joining us, and
you.
we'll touch base again.
All right, great to see you.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you. And when we return, we will talk all about the Orange County Fair, so stay tuned.
Beautiful weather is here, and nothing should stop you from getting outside and doing what you love with who you love, especially arthritic pain and fibromyalgia. At OC Vitality Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine, our experienced and compassionate doctors offer innovative and personalized medical solutions to treat your pain and stiffness. We're conveniently located right next to the Laguna Woods Community Center.
I'm Dr. Dimitri Gruwer. Give us a call today to see how we can help you get out of pain and get back to living.
Welcome back. Well, very exciting news here. The Orange County Fair is back after all this time. And with us, we have Michelle Richards and Terry Moore, who are going to tell us all about some favorites that have come back and some brand new stuff. And also, of course, some new, restrictions and limitations. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us. We're very excited too.
I know, and look at you guys with your backgrounds. I just love it. And, roller coasters are always a favorite, the fun zone, and, all the food. I mean, you guys have so much stuff, and the animals are great too. So when I was reading over the notes that we were going to go over, I'm excited to see that many of my favorites are coming back, which is great. But I know that there's also some new things too, which is also awesome. So before we get right into what is going to be at the fair, let us meet you, Michelle, because we haven't met you before. So tell me a little bit about what you do and sort of where you came from.
So I am the CEO, General Manager of the OC Fair and Event Center. I've actually been affiliated with the fair this will be my 20th fair. We tend to measure time in numbers of fairs. So this will be my 20th fair, but it will actually be my first fair as CEO. So I was appointed by our board of directors in December of 2019. And then we all know what happened a few months later with the pandemic. So we've been here working very, very hard to bring back the fair, and we're so excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, there were so many challenges, unfortunately, through the last year. However, there've been a lot of really good things that have come out of it. I mean, I think from technology perspective, we're all able to have our Zooms and some other aspects as well. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I'm sure Terry can comment too on her area in communications, but absolutely agree. I mean, it's sad to think about the loss that we have all experienced this past year, and our hearts go out to those families that were affected. But we learned how to do things in new ways and to be more efficient. Certainly the traffic on the freeway has been almost non-existent, right?
That was actually really nice for all of us who had to travel to an office. I get it. I get it. Let's talk about, what is actually going to be happening. I mean, the fair will be open, similar to like what it was. And of course, we will talk about some of the changes. So, Michelle, you want to give me kind of the dates and times and how that's working?
Sure. So we open on Friday, July 16th. So the countdown has begun. And our last day is Sunday, August 15th. We're actually opening a little earlier than we have in the past. So we'll open at 10 a.m. each day. We'll go to 11 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll close at midnight. And that's to make sure that we give plenty of space for people to, to spread out, lots of elbow room. And we want to create a great guest experience for everyone coming to the fair this year.
Now, you are closed on Monday and Tuesday. Is that different?
No, that's been in place for several years. So we are dark on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay, great. Now, in terms of limitations, there are restrictions, and you do have to have like a reservation, correct?
Yes. So we're encouraging everyone who wants to come to the OC Fair this year, pick your day, go online and purchase your ticket online. That way you are locked in and you can be assured that there is a space for you that day. We are limiting our capacity each day, even though we all know on June 15th, the governor reopened the California economy and all of those restrictions were lifted. But we want to do the responsible thing and create a great responsible fair for our guests. And so we are limiting the attendance to about 75% of what our normal daily attendance is.
So now I understand that you usually have so many people coming through each day, and now with these restrictions, do you anticipate it selling out?
Some days could sell out. We're expecting some weekend days to be very close to sell out. So that's why it's so important for everybody to get their tickets now, especially for special days like anniversaries and birthdays or family gatherings when you want to all come together. Mm-hmm. Also, you can download the OC Fair app. And if you search in the App Store for OC Fair 2021, you can purchase tickets there too, get daily schedules, interactive maps, and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's good. Now that's new, right?
That is new this year. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Because, I'm also imagining that because of the entertainment value, I mean, that's going to be some of the first concerts that people have been able to go to in so long. So I did look over your concert schedule. So you've got the Hangar people, folks performing at the Hangar, and folks performing at the Pacific Amphitheater. Now, some of those are like, yay, everyone's so excited. So I imagine, do those days generally sell out or sell more tickets than others?
So in the Pacific Amphitheater, we currently have 4 shows that are sold out and another couple that are racing towards sellout. And so to just reiterate what Terry said, you've got to go online and reserve your spot. We don't want anyone to miss out on the OC Fair this year. When you go to a concert at the Pacific Amphitheater, it includes your fair admission for that day. So you can come early and enjoy the fair or stay later after the concert to enjoy the fair. And then we have all of our very popular tribute bands in the Hangar building again this year. And those can be purchased in advance online as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, go ahead, Terry.
Hangar tickets also include free same-day fair admission for those shows that take place during the run of the fair. This year's Pacific Amphitheater Toyota Summer Concert Series is extending beyond the fair. I think the last show is September 5th. So that's a little bit longer series.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Good. Well, beyond entertainment, of course, you have your fun zone and you have all your food as well as some animals. So why don't we talk about just a couple things that are coming back that everybody loves?
Oh my goodness, the fair favorites are coming back for sure. Anything deep fried on a stick, coated in whipped cream and wrapped in bacon, that's going to be back. And also our concessionaires always bring it. They bring so much fun. We're going to have hot Cheetos on top of everything, cheese on top of everything this year. You can put it on top of burgers. You can put it on top of pickles. And once again, everything on top of the funnel cakes. This year we've got fried chicken funnel cake. We've got bananas and cream funnel cake. We can just put anything on there. It's pretty cool. And also new this year is buffalo chicken in a cone with mac and cheese.
Oh my gosh, in a cone? How am I going to eat that?
In a cone. It's walking around the fair food.
No,
It's a meal for two.
yeah, oh my gosh.
Fun
no
to
kidding.
share.
I better not wear good clothes that day because it's going to be all over the front of me. Oh my heavens. And what is some of the new stuff other than that, the waffle one? That's crazy. What else do you have?
Well, the fried chicken funnel cake is new, and so is the bananas and cream. So a lot of those are new. We also have some new sundaes, some new ice cream concoctions that are coming in, and a little bit of the kind of Latin street food. We have taca de lengua and taca de tripa, which are coming this year. So that's something new and different. We also have a watermelon taco, if you can imagine that, with Dole Whip inside and some tahini on that. We've got chamoy rimmed lemonade. We've got it all. Come on down.
Guys, you never disappoint in the food department. Now, wait, I will have to ask though, because some people may be searching for something, right? Like maybe there was a popular thing. Is there anything that is not coming back that we should not search for?
Everything can be found in the interactive map on the app or on our website. And so if you have a favorite, we urge you to check it out first, find out where it is, or ask anybody in one of our information booths. Will help you find what you like.
Okay, good.
It might be in located in a different place this year, but all the favorites are coming back.
Oh, fantastic. Now talk about some of these new rides.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there's a new fun house called New York, New York. It's a 2-story fun house. The Liberty Wheel, a new Ferris wheel is coming, and a ride that I can't wait to see what this is all about. It's called Windsurf. It's a row of guests who will be seated, and then it's on 2 levers that sort of, take the guests for a wild surf ride while being misted with water. So can you imagine how fun that'll be on an 80-degree Costa Mesa day?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure that will be a very long line to get onto that one for sure. Oh my God. And what is Winky the Whale?
Winky the Whale is a new kid ride. So we have a special section of the carnival that is separate from the main carnival that is dedicated just to family-friendly kid rides. So if you have little ones, it's a perfect place to take them. So the Winky the Whale will be there.
We'll also find the new Liberty Wheel in the Kid Carnival this year. So 2 new rides for the little ones. Kids and grandkids, they'll have a great time.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me about some of the shows that we've all really loved. I saw on the top of my list is the All Alaskan Racing Pigs. So darn cute.
They are coming back. I think people would mutiny if we didn't bring back the pig races, but we're giving them a new location. So they used to be kind of tucked away a little bit in our livestock area, and they're going to be front and center right in the middle of all of the action. And again, to give plenty of room for people to spread out and enjoy those little pigs. Just
adorable. They're so cute. And there are so many other things on your list, but we just can't get to everything because we only have so much time. But before we do run out, one thing I did want to really reiterate and just kind of go over is what you guys have done to be COVID safe. Obviously, you're cutting back on your attendance, so that's one thing. But what are just a couple of other things so we can let people know?
Well, we have certainly, we get praised every year for being such a clean and healthy fair. We've stepped it up even more. So a lot more hand washing stations, hand sanitizing stations, deep cleaning protocols. In fact, the OC Fair and Event Center was just awarded the GBAC Star Facility Award, and this was something we applied for several months ago. It's awarded by the Global Biorisk Accreditation Council. So we are deemed a safe and healthy facility because of the cleaning protocols that we have in place and the training that we do with our staff. So all of that will be incorporated into the fair. Guests do not have to wear, fully vaccinated guests do not have to wear a mask. Our unvaccinated guests will be asked to wear a mask when they're inside any of our buildings.
Okay, that's great. I mean, that's pretty much the same with pretty much anywhere that you go right now.
That's right.
So, that's great.
We've also incorporated some new technology at the gate. So when people enter, it's touchless. They just walk right through, keep everything in your pockets. It's really sophisticated technology. And we're incorporating as much touchless payment options, or as many touchless payment options as we can, all the way from parking when you first get there to concessionaires and shopping merchants.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, ladies, thank you so much. I'm sorry we didn't have a lot more time, but nonetheless, we got in all the good stuff.
We're excited to be bringing back the fun.
Please come see us at the fair. We'll be waiting for you.
All right. Thank you very much. And we'll be right back after this. Our movie for today is called Percy vs. Goliath, and you can watch that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles, and that is sponsored by Memorial Care. And also, don't forget that it's the Alzheimer's brain fitness exercise meeting today, and that'll be from 10 to 11. You can contact sunshinelute@gmail.com. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time before we head out to enjoy our Monday. Weather is looking quite nice, of course. The days look pretty much nice all week. 82, 66, 80, 67, 80, 65, 81, 64, and then by Friday we are looking pretty good with 80, 64. Have a great day in the village. We'll see you again tomorrow morning with Jeff Parker live in the studio. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
City of Hope is speeding cancer research and treatment to Orange County.
Hope allows patients to know that they can get through the process and be okay. Because if you lose hope, then you really are not fighting. And so hope is extremely important in a patient who's diagnosed with cancer.